Wow, what a terrible show tonight in this 2 hour 5 special. And my topic tonight is called name my topic tonight is called name my topic tonight is called was it Joyful and Jacked in Jacksonville. And well, WrestleDream 2025 be any good 1 week from this Saturday. So much I to say tonight. Commentary welcomes us to this special Title Tuesday because of the because of the World Series. Commentary welcomes us to this special Title Tuesday before we head to ringside where Tony Schiavone introduces the champion and challenger for WrestleDream's AEW World Championship match. Out comes Hangman Page and then Samoa Joe for this face-to-face. Tony thanks both men for agreeing to no physicality for this, for giving the floor to the champ. Page talks about 6 years of AEW and everything he's been involved in is a part of that. Part of that. Before saying he's never been more confused than what Samoa Joe lost his composure with the champ last week. Page agreed to them with him and Hobbs to fight a battle he finished a long time after he won the match before the team lost it. The Joe and Ops are among those who put their time into helping ensure that Page could have this title on. They lost it. He talks about the attack and the fact Joe yelling that Page never beat him. Joe has been angry for a long time, most of all with himself, and that has distracted him in his business. Page makes it clear that he didn't ask for Joe to have this opportunity because of his words and actions last week, because Joe deserves a shot. Joe and the Ops among those who put their time in to help ensure that Page could have had his title won. He appreciates Joe for it, but the repayment for his gratitude ends at the opportunity being offered. Joe has the chance to win the AEW World Championship at WrestleDream, but Page will not let him win the title. Crowd chants for Joe, who says everything that Hangman has said is absolutely true. He shares some truths of his own, saying he doesn't see the pinnacle of the pro wrestling when he looks at Page. He sees a pretender. He says the timely intervention of the Ops helped him get the title, and that without their help, Page wouldn't be the man right now. Joe says he did forget himself. He forgot that the prime target is the man who calls himself the champion, and Hangman Page is no champion. When the two go at it, Page will have the chance to prove he's a champion. He says he says he is, and when it comes, Joe will choke him out. Page will then be able to make good on one thing that he's given the world champion they deserve. The champion takes umbrage with this, saying that who he is doesn't stand in others' opinion of him. It stands when the bell rings for every shot he takes from Joe. He will give two back. He will prove that Joe will not outlast him, but he hopes that Joe brings the same passion and energy that he brought to All In, so that he will know that Page is the champion of the world. With that, the two men stare at each other down as Page's music hits. Earlier today, the conglomeration talks about their upcoming matches. The word of the day for the word of the day is multi-faultation. Kyle Ray is ready to take the AEW TNT Championship from Kyle Fletcher tonight. And Orange Cassidy and Big Tom are ready for their respective matches as well. Up next is Tomohiro Ishii takes on Jon Moxley, but first we get a huddle for the team before we cut away. Back at ringside, we see Jon Moxley making his way through the crowd for our opening contest. Commentary hypes up the past when the two men competing before Tomohiro Ishii makes his entrance with the Stone put Bull in the ring to get this match underway. Jon Moxley versus Tomohiro Ishii. The two stare at each other down before trading strikes. Mox takes advantage with the knee strike, but Ishii fights back with forcing Mox to take a breather on the outside. Tomohiro follows before we go to the back with chops until Jon breaks back with a pit bull and crashing him into the ring post. This phrases Ishii, however, who takes control with some hard forearm strikes, sending Mox to the floor. He brings the former world champion back in the ring, but is cut off by Marina Shafir on the apron, who goes after the face, allowing Mox to knock him off the apron to the floor as we go to an ad break on HBO Max. Full ad break on HBO Max. Back from the break, Mox is still in control as he stomps away at Ishii. He goes after the face of Stone Pitbull, who breaks away to absorb a series of strikes in the corner before landing a forearm on Matt Mox. He follows up with a brainbuster before hitting the ropes, only for Mox to lock away in a sleeper hold. Ishii counters with a back suplex that sends Mox away, but the former world champion catches Tomohiro in the corner for a set of punches. He mocks the crowd for a moment, and this gives Ishii an opening for a powerbomb from the corner that gets him for a 2 count. Mox counters out of a German suplex attempt, only to take the big headbutt and a lariat from Stone Pitbull for another near fall. Mox manages to get his feet for a boot on a lariat before Ishii fights back with an enziguri, only for Mox to land a running knee of his own, sending the Pitbull crashing into the canvas. The ref begins to count as Mox slowly gets to his feet, suddenly firing up as Ishii gets back up as well. Lariat attempt by Ishii is blocked for a cutter by Mox, but it only gets him a 2 count. He brings Ishii up for a stalling power driver, but Tomohiro is back on his feet. Not for long as Mox hits a curb stomp on him for the cover, and Ishii manages to kick out. Paradigm shift is blocked, allowing Ishii to catch him with a running elbow. He goes for a side headlock on Mox attacking the eyes for an added damage before Mox gets back up for a paradigm shift. Covered by Mox gets a 2, but Jon quickly transitions to get into a choke, and Ishii fades quickly as the ref calls for the bell. Winner via submission, Jon Moxley. Mox celebrates as we cut backstage where the Young Bucks are trying to talk to Tony Khan about getting a money match. We find out that Matt sold a couple of sneakers to afford the front row tickets to watch Jurassic Express later tonight, with Nick demanding he get a money match as we go to a commercial. Real quick commercial break. Video package hype for the AEW Women's World Championship match at WrestleDream as Chris Stanley defends the title against former champ Talon's Torn Storm. We take a look back at the conversation between Statlander and Storm at the collision last Saturday. Before the Triangle of Madness got involved, champ and challenger will put their differences aside as they decide when they and Harley Cameron face the Triangle this week on Collision in Trios action. Speaking of Trios action, we head to ringside for this Trios match, or rather, a street fight. Out first are the D-Man, followed by the Hurt Syndicate, with a Hurt People chant on the way out before we get this match underway. And we'll see a street fight. The Man, Ricochet, Bishop Khan, and Toll Leon versus Hurt Syndicate, MVP Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin. The two teams go at it on the ramp with Lashley and Leon making their way to the ring as Tioa takes Bobby to the mat. He sees Lashley to get to the corner and charges at him, only for Lashley to send him flying out of the ring. Khan Benjamin can be seen on ringside now. Before we see Ricochet and MVP into the ring, Ricochet snaps MVP, and this doesn't bode well for Ricochet until GOA get involved for the save. This ends with Lashley and Leon to the ring to outside as MVP pulls Ricochet out from under the table. Benjamin and Khan take their fight back into the ring as MVP lands a suplex, sending Ricochet onto the ramp. MVP goes after the Bishop to help Shelton out, leading to a 3-on-2 advantage against GOA until Ricochet comes leaping at the pile drive. All 6 men are down on the floor as we go to an ad break. Full ad break on HBO Max. Back from break, Khan narrowly evades a chair shot before getting back in the ring. He takes Shelton Benjamin and MVP with drop kicks before sending Lashley out, leading to a dive. Leona takes MVP down with a slam as Khan brings Benjamin back into the ring. He and Ricochet go after Lashley, who fights back with a double clothesline before Tioa sends him down to the floor. Lashley gets to his feet, sending Tioa toward the table, but takes a chair to the face on his way, sending Leona through it. This allows Tioa and Ricochet to bring Lashley to another table at ringside, setting him up for an elbow drop by Khan that sends the Almighty through the table. Ricochet goes after Benjamin in the ring, hitting a running knee as Leon sends MVP through the barricade. GOA get back in the ring to attack Shelton, but only gets a near fall for it as MVP tries to intervene, only to be driven through the table by the GOA. They go after MVP for some more until Benjamin makes his way back into the ring with Ricochet fending both men off before Khan slides in for the save. Ricochet gets sent to the outside by Benjamin and lands a thrust kick in a German suplex on Khan to keep him down. He charges Khan, but it's Ricochet who gets the brunt of it. Benjamin brings Ricochet up for a powerbomb, but Benjamin hands him a chair shot to fight out of it. Khan goes to look after Benjamin, but takes a spear from Lashley. Who lands on one as a Ricochet as well. Bobby and Tioa attack the Hilarious before Leona and gets taken down with a spear by the Almighty. The fight goes to the outside as Bobby sends Leona through the table and propped up against the apron. Back as in ringside, Ricochet finds himself surrounded by the Hurt Syndicate. They trade shots on Ricochet before Benjamin sends Ricochet flying through the table with a German suplex and get this win for the Hurt Syndicate. Wins via pinfall the Hurt Syndicate. The trio celebrates. We find out Jurassic Park are in action after this commercial break. We hear backstage. We hear from Don Callis about the upcoming matches for this week. We find out about the damage done to Bandito by Hechishero, surely meaning that Takeshita and Okada will beat the tag team champions to earn their shot at WrestleDream. Back at ringside, Jurassic Express make their way out to a big pop as we get a look back at the Dream reuniting against the Young Bucks, their opponents in the ring, as we get this match underway. Jurassic Express in action. Orion is one of the men going up against the duo tonight, and he gets taken down pretty quick by Perry as we see the Young Bucks seated in back row watching on. Back in the ring, it is a tag to Luchasaurus, who takes Orion down with a stalling suplex. He pops up Ryan against the ropes to a chop with the chest. As we see Perry blatantly removing the turnbuckle pad until the ref intervenes. This leaves Luchasaurus sending Ryan's old partner off the apron. Perry and Luchasaurus with a countdown to the extinction as they pick up the win. Winners via pinfall. Jurassic Express. Winners via pinfall. Jurassic Express. The celebration is cut short as the Young Bucks attack Perry before hitting an EVP trigger on Luchasaurus. Double super kick on Perry as the Bucks stand tall. They get a microphone to talk about a callback before attacking Perry in the throat, and then hitting a TK driver on their former friend. We cut backstage to hear from the Death Riders as Pac addresses Orange Cassidy ahead of their match tonight. Yuta and Garcia talk about the difference between the winners and losers, with Daniel insisting they're going to keep winning because that's what winners do. With that, we head back to ringside for our next match. Kyle O'Reilly makes his way out, ready to be the last Kyle standing as he challenges for the TNT Championship. Out next is Kyle Fletcher alongside Don Callis, who joins the commentary as this match gets underway. AEW TNT Championship, Kyle versus Kyle 2. Kyle Fletcher defends against Kyle O'Reilly. The two go at it off the opening bell, with O'Reilly countering to go after the foot of the champion before Fletcher gets to the ropes for the break. They trade holds once more, with O'Reilly taking the champ to a knee. Fletcher fights back in a landing body slam on the challenger as the crowd continues booing him. Fletcher continues to take control until he leaves the ring and gets distracted, leading to a running knee off the apron by O'Reilly. But the fight coming back into the ring is all Fletcher as we need to an ad break. Full ad break on HBO Max. Back from the break, the challenger fights back with an elbow on Fletcher, sending him to the corner. Forearm in the corner gives O'Reilly an opening for some more strikes, setting up a guillotine hammerlock, but Fletcher fights back with a headbutt. O'Reilly transitions to a triangle choke, but Fletcher hits him with a powerbomb to break free. O'Reilly goes for a heel hook on the champ, who reaches the ropes for a break. The fight heads to the apron, and where the two keys trade chops until O'Reilly drops Fletcher onto the highest part of the ring. Fletcher strikes back, however, looking for a powerbomb. O'Reilly sends him to the barricade. He goes on the apron, running for a running drop kick that drives Fletcher into the barricade before bringing him back into the ring. Fletcher dives a missile drop kick, hitting the ropes for a strike before looking for a sheer drop brainbuster. O'Reilly fights out and grabs the arm of the champ, who makes him pay by sending him face first to the turnbuckle. Both men slowly get to their feet to trade strikes, to each look for a suplex before O'Reilly lands on a suplex for a 2 count, but Fletcher is back up for a thrust kick. O'Reilly picks up the ankle before landing a knee to the head, but it's only good for 2 as the champ kicks out. O'Reilly looks for an ankle lock, but Fletcher breaks free, hoisting the challenger up for a sheer drop bangbuster. Damage he's taken keeps him from capitalizing for a moment, but he runs at O'Reilly with a corner kick followed by another sheer drop brainbuster for the pin and the win. Winner via pinfall and still AEW TNT champion Kyle Fletcher. Fletcher calls for Lance Archer to come in and do some more damage, but the congregation comes running in for the save. This culminates in Mark Briscoe rushing down as the ring is cleared out, aside from Briscoe and Fletcher, who stare each other down before the AEW TNT champion leaves to regroup the Don Callis family as we find out the AEW TBS championship Open Challenge is up next. And go to commercial break. We head backstage where Kyle Fletcher talks about having Mark Briscoe number, but then we find that Briscoe will challenge Fletcher for the AEW TNT Championship at WrestleDream. Fletcher is not pleased about this as the family walks away. Back at ringside, Mercedes Moné makes her way to the ring as we get a look at her opponent answering the open challenge. Winter Park's own Lacey Lang, the woman formerly known as Kaden Carter, heads to the ring as we go get this title match underway. Some of you know, Lacey, Kaden Carter, you know, from WWE. Yeah, title match underway. AEW Women's TBS Women's Championship Open Challenge match. Mercedes Moné defends against Lacey Lang. Lang takes advantage of the champ's overconfidence early on, sending the Moné down with a number of times for a near fall before sending the champ out of the ring to the outside. Mercedes comes back in, and they both hit the ropes, but it's the challenger who lands a boot to keep control. The fight makes its way to the apron, where Lang takes the champ out with what looks like a modified heat seeker for the cover, but Moné gets a big boot on the champ to save the match as her title as we go to an ad break. Full ad break on HBO Max. Back from the break, Lang is still in control until Mercedes counters for a Free Amigos suplex. The champ goes for a top frog splash, but lands on the knees of Lang. Double knee strike in the corner is also evaded, and Lang rolls up for a chant for two. Moné manages to fight back for a sunset powerbomb with Swords, sending Lang to the corner, but Lacey is back up with a strike that opens up for a bomb rope leg drop. Hammerlock flatliner connects, but the champ kicks out at 2. Lang brings up Moné, dropping the champ back down hard for another near fall. Moné breaks free of another hammerlock flatliner after the trade of the near falls, and she lands a moneymaker to win and retain the AEW TBS Championship. Retain the AEW Women's TBS Championship winner, be upon still AEW Women's TBS Champion Mercedes Moné. Moné celebrates as we cut to a pair of promos, one from Sammy Guevara and one from Eddie Kingston, as Kingston faces the Beast Mordos at Collision. Up next is the Double Jeopardy Eliminator match as Rodeo face Kazuchika Okada and Kanazuki Takashita. Commercial break. Back at ringside, the entrance of Takashi is caught up by Okada's arrival as the pair head to the ring for our next match. They have a chance to earn a shot at the tag titles as Rodeo make their way out, with a chance to see who will earn a shot at Okada's unified championship as this match gets underway. The AEW World Tag Team World Tag Team Jeopardy Double Jeopardy Eliminator match. Rodeo defend against Kazuki Okada and Tanazuki Takashita. Okada starts to turn things off against Bandito, but Takashita senses that he wants in on this. The truce trades holds before Bandito catches the Alpha with a slam before tagging in Brodeo King. King slams Takashi around with a relative ease before Okada tags in, only for the Rainmaker to take some damage from Brody, leading to Bandito to tag tag a double team. Bandito takes the fight to Okada before needing to tag out because of the damage to his shoulder. Brodeo sends Okada to the corner, but it's intercepted by Takashi, who sends the King to the apron with a DDT. Before Okada sends Brody to the floor with a DDT of his own. This leads to Takashita and Okada staring at each other down as we go to an ad break. Full ad break on HBO Max. Back from break, the tag champs managed to regain control for a near fall on Okada, with Bandito goading Takashita to go for a running knee that hits Okada instead. Takashi gets sent out as Bandito takes the Rainmaker down to the mat for a near fall before Kanazuki makes the save. So much, in fact, that he drags Okada to the corner so he can tag himself in. He takes a beating from the tag champs. However, as Brody lands on a big side slam, sending the Alpha to the mat, Bandido is cut off by Okada. However, as King takes a wheelbarrow suplex from Takeshita only to get to his feet, before Takeshita sends him clean out of the ring. He hits a knee strike on Bandido, followed by a Raging Fire, but no. Bandido counters for a near fall before forcing Takeshita to land on a knee on Okada on the outside. 21 Plex doesn't work out as Takeshita blocks it, landing a reverse Rana on dropping Bandido on his head. Okada tagged himself in as Takeshita opts to land a running knee on Brody instead, while Okada takes Bandido down with a Rainmaker layer for the win. Winners via pinfall and still in number one contenders for the AEW World Tag Team Championship, Okada, Takeshita, and Kazuchika Okada. Backstage, we hear from Jet Speed and Ruler Nightingale talk about their collision and trios match. Match against FTR and Big Stoke. Up next is our main event against Orange Cassidy and Pac Square Off. Well, yep. Up next is the main event. Yeah, main event. Hold on. I'm trying to find. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, full ad break on HBO Max. Back from the break, the Chad Chance managed to gain control for a near fall on Okada, with Bandido going to Takeshita to go for a running knee that hits Okada instead. Takeshita gets sent out as Bandido takes the Rainmaker down to the mat for a near fall before Konzuki makes the save. So much, in fact, that he drags Okada to the corner so he can tag himself in. He takes a beating to the tag champs. Howard Brody lands on a big side slam, sending the Alpha to the mat, but he was cut off by Okada. However, King takes a wheelbarrow suplex to Takeshita only to get his feet before Takeshita sends him clean out of the ring. He hits knee on Bandido, followed by a Raging Fire, but no. Bandido counters for a near fall for forcing Takeshita to land on a knee on Okada. 21 on the outside, 21 Plex doesn't work out as Takeshita blocks it, landing a reverse round, dropping on Bandido on his head. Okada tags himself in as Takeshita opts to land on a running knee on Brody instead. While Okada takes Bandido down with a Rainmaker for a lariat. via wins via pinfall, number one contenders for AEW World Tag Team Championship, Kazuki Takashi and Kazuki Okada. Backstage, we hear from Jet Speed and Will Nightingale. Wait, I think, yeah. Wait, didn't I say this already? Here it is. This is it right here. The main event. Yeah, I said, I got the rest. I said, underway. Yeah, this is what was I talking about? Yeah, Orange Cassidy versus Pac. No Death Riders, no condemnation, 1-on-1. It's a slow start as the two men stare at each other down before Pac stops and putting his hands in his pockets. The two trade holds before Pac sends Cassidy to the corner. Cassidy responds with the dangerous kicks, which Pac is having none of. Catching Orange with a side headlock, Cassidy starts to fight back with Pac. Brings the grip, taking Cassidy down into the mat. Cassidy counters with it into a head scissors, but Pac breaks free to regain the side headlock. He transitions to carry out, but Cassidy manages to escape. Cassidy rings the arm of Pac, who takes him down with a wrist lock instead. They fight back to their feet before Cassidy catches Pac with an arm drag. Pac gets caught in the corner as Cassidy slams his head into the turnbuckle. Following up with a crossbody of sorts, but Pac escapes with it to the outside, catching Cassidy for a dive for a Falcon Arrow to the floor as we go to an ad break go back to an ad break. Full ad break on HBO Max. Back from break, Pac lands on a missile dropkick, sending Cassidy down to the on the hard canvas. He mocks Cassidy before kicking away at his head. With the Orange fighting back weakly as before Pac sends him to the ropes. Cassidy fights back with another weak strike, which Pac eggs him on, leading Cassidy landing some harsh shots before taking him to the knee. By boot Cassidy, but it misses. This gives Pac an opening to fight back. Both men back on their feet, trading strikes until Cassidy hits the ropes, only to be caught with a German suplex. Pac blocks a beach blade, leading to a PK. Both men are down as Pac rolls to the outside. Cassidy follows him, catching Pac with a stun dog millionaire, followed by a diving DDT, sending Pac to the floor. Pac retreats before Cassidy catches him with an orange punch against the barricade. He then goes for up to the top to use a table to get back up for Orange Cassidy to get drop on him, driving both men through the table. Cassidy brings Pac to ring to a DDT. This takes off his elbow pad for the big orange punch covered by Cassidy, and Pac gets his foot on the rope just before the 3 count. Cassidy goes up the top and watches Pac get slowly out of the ring and rolls out of the ring and reaching the ramp. Cassidy follows up Cassidy follows him up to the stands where Pac catches him with a stomp before setting Cassidy up for a tombstone power driver onto the steps. He moves Cassidy away and he looks to finish things only to be caught by a chain, which discovers is a setup by Darby Allin. Darby flips Pac off before walking away. Pac and Pac narrowly breaks free of the chain to beat count by jumping into the ring where Cassidy rolls him up for the win. Win via pinfall, Orange Cassidy. And that's it. Well, that looked like a bad show. Really bad show. This 2 hour 5 special. Really terrible. Yeah, in Jacksonville, Florida tonight. Well, that'll break up for my review. Now it's time for somebody to do. It's time for my Justin's Town History, or wrestling birthdays, pop culture, and history, and all that stuff. Let's go to today, October 7th. Hold on 1 second. Oh crap! Everybody, hold on a second. I made a little boo boo yesterday. All of you that watched my little Raw review yesterday, I made some little bit of mistakes. Yesterday. I mentioned I did the wrestling birthdays, the wrestling birthdays for state that said the wrestling birthdays for today, October 7th. All of you just heard. I heard yesterday. I said today's birthday is yesterday. So I'm gonna start again. I said I missed. I accidentally. I said the birthdays for October 7th. For today's by mistake. I'm gonna say it again. I didn't do it. October 6th is yesterday, so I'm gonna start over again. October 6th for yesterday, since I didn't say them. I said October 7th. Today's birthdays yesterday. So let me start over again. Yesterday was a happy birthday to. Yesterday was a happy. Would have been a happy 90th birthday to WWE Hall of Fame Bruno Sammartino. Alpha Jr. turned 41 yesterday, and Dixie Carter turned 61 today. Barry Darsow, some of you know, is the Ace in the Hole. Ace in the Hole, Demolition Smash, and Repo Man, and from WWE, he turned 66 yesterday. Yesterday was a happy 38th birthday to Paloma Star. Yeah, I already got the pop culture and everything else. And now let's go to October 7th this time now. Okay. On this day in 1995, October 7th, Jay York died. And let's see what else. See. Let's see. Okay, game yesterday, a little sports from yesterday. Game 1, October 6th, 1965. Game 1 of the 1965 World Series. The Minnesota. Let's see, the Minnesota Vikings beat. Oh wait. Okay, the Minnesota Twins beat the Dodgers 8-2 at the Metropolitan Stadium. Attendance was 40,797. Game 6 of the Game 6 of the Game 6 of the in Game 1 of the 65 World Series. Let's see what else. Trying to see what else. Let's see what else. Okay, see any sports, NFL. Oh, let's see what else. See what else. See what else. Okay, October, see. Okay, Monday, okay, October 7th, 1985, Monday Night Football. Let's see. Okay, the Redskins defeat the Cardinals 27-10. Let's see. Caitlin. Today is a happy 39th birthday to Celeste Bone, and some of you know as Caitlyn from WWE. Rhino turns 50 today. Terry Warner, the brother of the late Mr. Wonderful Paul Warner, turns 74 today. And on this day, in 1995 on WCW Pro, Paul Orndorff, late Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff, defeats Tim Horner. White Lightning Tim Horner. Harlem Heat with Sister Sherry defeat the Burial Brothers. Scott Norton defeat Randy Orton. Ray Hudson. TV Championship match, DDP with the Diamond Doll and Max Muscle defeat Joey Maggs. Ric Flair defeats Charlotte Craig Pittman with a small package. And on WCW Worldwide, Ric Flair defeats Bunkhouse Buck after a flying forearm. TV Championship match, DDP with the Diamond Doll defeats Tim Horner. White Lightning Tim Horner. Macho Man Randy Savage defeats Dick Slater. Colonel Tom Parker, the flying elbow smash. And on WWF Superstars, Dean Douglas defeat Barry Horowitz. Savio Vega defeat Tom Knox. Isaac Ingle DES defeat Tom Torres. The $1 Million Corporation, Team Kama and Sid, with Ted DiBiase defeat Bam Bam Bigelow and Harry O'Godwin. And Mario Jannetty defeat the Brooklyn Brawler. CK dark match. Harlem Heat defeat the Alpha Males to win the WCW Tag Team Championship. Road Warrior Hawk defeat Mark Kyle. Dark match. VK Walsh, who some of you know as IRS Erna Shyster from WWE, defeat the Rockin' Rebel. Dark match. Kevin Sullivan and the Shark defeat late Taskmaster Kevin Sullivan and the Shark, some of you know as Earthquake and Avalanche from WWE. Avalanche and WCW and Earthquake from WWE defeat Julio Sanchez and Larry Santo. Dark match. Road Warrior Hawk defeat Chris Kanyon. Dark match. Paul Hunter defeat Tom Morton. Dark match. Road Warrior Hawk defeat Bob Starr, and Hacksaw Jim Duggan defeat Big Bubba Rogers, some of you know as the Big Boss Man. Okay, on 2005 on SmackDown, Friday Night SmackDown, Booker T with Sharmell defeat Orlando Jordan. Sylvian defeat Hardcore Holly and Legion of Doom. Heidenreich and Royal Warrior Animal Heidenreich with Christy Hemme defeat Paul Borcher and William Regal by DQ. Roddy Piper defeats Bob Orton and Randy Orton. Bob Orton Jr. Randy Orton in a 2-on-1 handicap match. Bobby Lashley defeat Eddie Craven and Batista. Chris Benoit and Rey Mysterio defeat Christian, Eddie Guerrero, and John Bradshaw Layfield with Jillian Hall. Yeah, this is hyping up before hyping up hyping up before No Mercy on pay-per-view. And Eddie hugged Rey Mysterio as the show ended. Yeah, rest in peace, Eddie. This was this was before Eddie's birthday. Late Eddie Guerrero's 38th birthday. And on this day in 2005, a movie came out in theaters called a few movies came out in theaters. Came out in theaters. A movie called The Gospel, starring Iris Elba, Boris Cujo, and Clifton Powell, Nolan J. Omar Gooding, and Donnie McClurkin and Keisha Knight Pullman. Wallace and the Gromit, The Curse of the Were-Rabbit, featuring voices of Helena Bonham Carter and Ray Fiennes. In Her Shoes, starring Cameron Diaz, Toni Collette, and Shirley MacLaine, was released. Two for the Money, starring Al Pacino, Matthew McConaughey, and Ray Russo, was released. And Waiting, starring Ryan Reynolds, Anna Faris, and Justin Long, was released. And let's see, 2000. See what else. And on this day in 2015, NXT TakeOver Respect took place at the Winter Park Florida and Full Sail University. Finn Balor and Samoa Joe defeated the Mechanics, Dash Wilder and Scott Dawson by pinfall. Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Tournament Classic semifinal match. Baron Corbin and Rhino defeated Chad Gable and Jason Jordan by pinfall. And Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic Tournament semifinal match. Asuka defeated Dana Brooke with Emma by submission. Paul Cruz defeated Tyler Breeze by pinfall. Finn Balor and Samoa Joe defeated Baron Corbin and Rhino by pinfall. Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic Tournament final match. And Baylor defeated Sasha Banks in a 30-minute Iron Man match for the NXT Women's Championship. Very good, good match right there. Then on Impact Wrestling, after Bound for Glory, Drew Galloway defeated Bram in the TNA Heavyweight World Title Series UK match. Brooke defeated Gail Kim in the TNA World Heavyweight Title Group Series Knockout match. Breaks Display defeated Grado in the TNA World Heavyweight Heavyweight Title Series Group UK match. Austin Aries with Thea versus Ethan Carter III with Tyrus in the TNA World Heavyweight Title Series Group Champions match ended in a draw. Austin Khan defeated Master Ring in TNA World Heavyweight Title Series Group Knockouts match. Bobby Lashley defeated Mr. Anderson in the TNA World Heavyweight Title Series Group Champions match. And that will do it. That will do it for everything. Got everything covered for this late Tuesday edition of AEW Dynamite. So hope I have a good night. I'm the Godfather Soldier and Slimming. As late Chan Hayden Charlotte Saddler, dress up Cheddar Checker, sing like James Brown, dress like Lionel Richie, sing dance like James Brown, sing like Lionel Richie, dance like Chubby Checker, and like to get in the hot tub when we sweat, gonna be dry, gonna be wet. Referring to Eddie Murphy doing an impression of James Brown on Saturday Night Live. I never grew up in the 80s. I grew up in the 90s. I saw reruns of old school Saturday Night Live when I was little. So I hope all of you good night. I'm out of here. Peace. And follow me anytime on YouTube. Peace. I'm out of here.